not very often I actually do a promoted post or video on the channel, but I've been a Bluestacks affiliate for quite some time, and every so often they come to me with offers to have a look at various different games and promote them. Most of the time, to be honest, I'll download the game. If I don't like it, I just won't do the video on it. I wouldn't do a promotion in something that I wouldn't actually play myself. They asked me to have a look at Punishing Grey Raven, currently sitting over 500,000 downloads on the Google Play Store. Checked out a few videos on YouTube and actually looked pretty interesting graphically. It looks like it could have been a console game, so I thought I'll try this one out, and it's actually really pretty fun. So just a quick overview of it. So it's a mobile action role-playing game. It's developed and published by Kuro Games. The global release for this was just July the 16th 2021, so it's not been out too long. If you want to jump in, you're not going to be too far behind from grinding your characters and what have you. The way it works is you control a squad of 3 different characters. It is a gacha style game, so you need to actually get the characters in the first instance. Then you'll select those 3 characters, go into the stage, and you can switch between them. You can get ranged characters, you can get melee characters, various different enemies you'll fight against. The storytelling for it is presented in a visual novel format. Combat is hack and slash and action based, and when fighting enemies it's course in real time. You can see the footage in the background at the moment. Now I'm currently actually playing it with controller on Bluestacks. I tried to play it just using the keyboard and mouse and I just didn't like it at all. When you play it in controller it plays so much better, and the latest version of Bluestacks that's actually promoted alongside this video is Bluestacks 5, and that's one that offers the controller support. So I'm actually going to jump in now and just run over some of the options that are available on Bluestacks 5 now that we've covered that actual game. When using Bluestacks, then you will have a control deck of sorts. It's at the top right here, it's a sidebar, it's referred to as. You get various different options. Some of them are pretty standard stuff. You can go full screen, you can put your volume up and down, but some of the features that it offers are actually really pretty great. So you've got game controls here, and we'll actually turn this on at the moment. You can see that it's set up on controller. You can see it shows you what the buttons actually do. So until you get used to the game, I would recommend having this most definitely on. You can change the opacity of it, so if you're getting a bit more used to it, you don't need them to be as visible. You can do that as well, and if we click here, you can see you've actually got it set up for keyboard support, so you can switch between the two. You can use your keyboard and mouse, or you can switch to the controller. It's really up to you which one you go for. So we'll just click here and that will hide that away again. Other options we've got that are available with Bluestacks 5, we have something called trimming. In a moment I've got some infographics they sent me. I'm going to quickly show you that's got a bit more details on the specifics of how Bluestacks 5 actually works. But if we click trim here, you can see that it actually frees up some of your memory, so your Bluestacks run a little bit better. So maybe if it's stuttering or your computer's lagging a little bit due to using it, you can certainly click that and nice and easy it will free up some memory for you. Going further down here, we've got another pretty nice option. Once we go all the way down, you get something called Eco Mode, where when you're running Bluestacks it will use a lot less GPU and CPU usage. So maybe let's say you're using it as a work computer but you've got Bluestacks on it as well. You can be doing your main work and then you can have Bluestacks running in the background and it won't really be using much of your actual system performance at all. So that's the game anyway. That's how the Bluestacks looks when you're actually playing it. As mentioned, I've got some infographics with a bit more specs on Bluestacks for the people that like to get into the nitty gritty of the details, so we'll bring them up now. Starting off then, because Bluestacks allows you to play your Android games on your computer, it means you've got access to over 2 million apps. It's actually more than the likes of Steam and so on actually offer. This latest version of Bluestacks as well uses 50% less RAM usage than Bluestacks 4, so if you're on 4 it's most definitely worthwhile upgrading to 5. You'll have faster loading times as well when you're using Bluestacks 5 over Bluestacks 4. I believe it's up to around about 40% faster. We have that Eco Mode that we touched on earlier on, so with this it's up to 87% reduced CPU usage when you're using this, and a whopping 97% reduced GPU usage, and this allows you to do more multitasking. So if you're actually, as mentioned, using your computer for something else, you can have Bluestacks and maybe an idle style game on in the background at the same time. Finishing up here with Bluestacks 5, it gets 64-bit Android support. That's actually relevant because some of your newer fancy looking mobile games that are coming out nowadays actually require that. One perfect example for the channel is actually Marvel Future Revolution. You need to be running the 64-bit version of the client to actually play that, but Bluestacks 5 does offer that. So if you are using Bluestacks 4, it's worth upgrading to 5. If you're not using Bluestacks at all and you've got a PC and you want to play your Android games, it's worthwhile checking out. As mentioned, I get a lot of emails on the channel to do offers or do videos of various different products, but Bluestacks is one that I'll happily promote because it's one that I use fairly often as it is. So there will be some links in the description below, and if you click on them, if you're downloading the client, if you're downloading Punishing Grey Raven, which I would say is definitely worthwhile checking out, make sure you hook up your controller as well, because it plays really pretty great when you do that. But there are links below, and if you click on them, you're actually helping support the channel. So thanks for tuning in for this one, stay safe, I'll see you all again soon.